Hello, we are going to finish our discussion on the loudest voice. I just want you to take on account some serious and important topics that we have been discussing on the story of Roger Ailes. And one of those is the importance of fake news and the importance on how just manipulating media in order to create sensationalism is not good. We are now facing something that shows us that news and science have to be hand in hand, and we have to take veracity and truth into account. Let's go ahead with the loudest voice. And we are going to talk first of all on the character of Roger Ailes and well the structure of the structure of the series. It's a seven-part mini-series starring Russell Crowe as Roger Ailes, the former Republican strategist who was hired by Robert Murdoch in 1995 and a year later gave television Fox News the truth-mauling ratings monster that would end up eating the world. We first meet Ailes as he is fired from CNN as a result of the sexual harassment allegations piling up against him. It will come as no surprise to learn that his behavior does not make markedly change once he has his own news network to run. As he gathers his team about him, men are recruited on the basis of their killer instincts and ethical detachment, women on the basis of whether they look good in skirts and don't kick up a fuss when he makes his predator moves on them. The problem that the loudest voice ally remained through such a deeply unpleasant one-dimensional character, a megalomaniac that he tended to be. Fox News is now old news, so we are so steeped in its results and ramification that it is hard even to see allies as the visionary he undoubtedly was, someone who gave them a non-meanly mounted alternative. Yes, he was important as the one who gave voice to the ultra-right wing of the American society. The show most provocative theme is that Alice was a forerunner of President Trump. Allies used the same playbook as Trump, putting political expediency before facts. When Fox correspondent Gerald Rivera is caught falsifying his location in Afghanistan, Alice refuses to apologize, justifying the deceit as the fog of war. He promotes the anti-Obama birther movement, one of Trump's signature obsessions. The loudest boy doesn't draw those connections until episode 3 when Allies gives a speech in his Ohio hometown and declares we can make America great again. Ailes did not, in fact, invent Trump's campaign slogan. Ronald Reagan used it in 1980. The film with John Lithgow as as Roger Ailes, and Nicole Kidman as Carlson focus on his downfall. Bombshell is the name of that film, and it's a good advice to see it and compare it with the story that is told in the loudest voice. Remember him? He's Harvey Weinstein. That he's always has been compared the garbage, emblem denounced by the Me Too movement. From, he was from Weinstein compared to Allies, a little trickster in the show business, because Allies was a bigger figure. He was the main man. He plays in the White House, Roger Ailes, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, George Bush Sr., and George Bush father. So it's important, senior and junior, sorry, and also Donald Trump. So it's important to see that he was a genius regarding politics and image. No, he was a good a very good communicator. Um, He was the man who created Fox News as a formidable machine of agitation and conservative propaganda. He was the man who made fake news into an art. He was the man who showed that in politics, success ideas weighed little and tension and spectacle much. His theory on political communication was summed up in a famous phrase: you have two guys on stage, one of them announces a solution to the problem of the Middle East, the other falls into the orchestra pit. Which of the two do you think will appear on the news tonight? He uses to point out that he was never a journalist. He was laughing because what he was interested mainly was in making money and in politics. And he doesn't care if he said or not a lie. So what it's important to consider is what does fake news and this kind of thinking has conduct our world to be in this crisis now. Do you think it has transcendency? Do you see politicians being or giving more importance to their power and to their image than to society, than to science and to the facts?